What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is part 7 of my Visual Basics series, and in this video, like I said I was gonna in the previous video, I'm gonna take a break from showing anything new to sort of use what we've seen so far to create a somewhat useful program. And I know that we haven't really covered that much information, but we've really covered the basics. And with this, we're able to do some pretty cool stuff. Programming is a lot like learning how to spell. We only learn 26 letters, but with those 26 letters, we can form, hundreds and thousands of words, okay? It's just a matter of how we put them together. This is a lot like programming. How we use these basic ideas, we can create a lot of stuff. So let's get right to the coding, okay? We're going to create a really basic, a really limited, but nonetheless useful calculator, okay? We're going to give it two numbers, an operation, and we want it to return to us a result. So the first thing is we need to declare some variables, okay? We need two doubles for the two numbers that the user is going to put in. So we're going to dim n1 as double, dim n2 as double. And we're also going to need a string. We're going to use a string to hold the operation that the user wants. So dim, let's call it OP as string. And finally, we're going to need another double, which I'm going to call result as the answer that we're going to give to the user in the end. Okay, now it's time to sort of prompt the user as to what we want them to enter. So this is just going to be a simple console write, and I'm using a write here because I'm going to be using a colon, and I want their answer to be typed right after this. So I'm going to say number 1 colon, and then after this I'm going to set n1 equal to console dot readline. And I'm going to be lazy here and just copy this and right after, because it's really the same thing, only I'm going to change the prompt to 2, which is number 2, and of course the variable to n2, not n12. So now we have the two numbers. Now we need to make another prompt. So let's skip a line here. Console.write again, this time asking for the operation. So operation colon. And then again, we're going to set OP equal to console.readline. So now we have all the data from the user we need. And now we just need to go ahead and do the actual calculation. Now, because OP is a string, okay, you can't really multiply or divide, or you can't do anything with two integers and a string, okay? So we need a way of looking at the string and based on what text value is in the string, doing a mathematical process, which is different than the string representation of that process. So that might sound a little confusing. What we're really going to do is we're just going to use an if statement, and this will all make a lot of sense once you see it. So I'm going to say if, okay, now we're going to check what value is in OP. If OP is equal to, remember it's a string, so quotation marks plus, then result is equal to n1 plus n2. You notice how these two pluses are different. This is a text representation of plus, and this is the actual mathematical plus symbol, okay? So the same thing, the same idea goes for the other three. So we're just going to do else if here. Else if OP is equal to minus, then result is equal to n1 minus n2. Else if OP is equal to asterisk, it's understood that the user is going to use this as the symbol for times. Then result is equal to n1 times n2. And finally, else if OP is equal to slash, then result is equal to n1 divided by n2. And here's a good example of where we can use the else. Okay, else, which means the user didn't input any of that. We're going to say console dot write line, my bad. invalid entry. Okay, easy enough. At the end of this, we need to actually print out the result, which is now equal to something after running through this. So console dot writeLine just result. And then, of course, at the end of all our programs here, we're going to do a read key. Okay. I'm also going to make this sort of able to run more than once by using an infinity loop. So how we're going to do this is after the result, okay, I'm going to have, if the user presses a key, then we're going to have the console clear. And then it's going to loop. So I'm going to go back to the top, and I'm going to say do. And then we're going to loop all of this at the end with a loop. Okay. There's a bit of code here, so I'm going to change the magnifier to 100 so we can kind of see it a little better. And I'm going to go ahead and run this, and let's see what we get. Bit of lag here. Okay, there we go, finally. Okay, so you notice here it goes. It prompts me number 1, I'll say 3. Number 2, I'm going to say 10. Operation, I'm going to say, let's do plus. Hit enter, it gives me the answer 13. Hit it again, it clears it and rewrites it again. Let's try, let's say 12, 12, and here, let's say, I don't really know that I'm supposed to be using those symbols. Let's say I enter an X here, because I think that's going to multiply. I trip the else statement, and it says invalid entry. And then it gives me 13 here because result was never set to a new value. So you see how that works. So yeah, that's a very basic but a nonetheless useful program, and sort of an application of what we can do with the things we've been learning. So that's about it for this video. I just kind of wanted to show you, what you can do with the things we've been learning. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you the try-catch statement, which is used really to prevent your programs from crashing in case of an error. So if you got all this down, and there really isn't anything to get here, it's just sort of to get you thinking about what you can do with this, then you can move on to the next video. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, etc. If you have any questions about how things in this program worked or whatever, again, I'm here to help. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next video.